Well, hello, here we are again. I don't know if you've heard, but Let's All Go to the Trailers is now daily. It's going to be daily forever. No, this is not true, but I wish it was. I keep thinking about that. It's like, well, this has worked out really well. It's been really fun getting together and talking about trailers every day.
I'd do it.
But there's only one time every year where this happens, and that is E3, where we get all of these amazing trailers, way more than we can talk about in one episode or even 1 week. But we are back again on after day 2 of E3. You guys will be watching this episode on day 3. Let's all go to the trailers, everybody. My name is Brandon Jones. I'm joined by Mr. Ryan Stevens.
Howdy, governor.
Mr. Kyle Bossman.
Thanks for having me.
That's how damn tired we are. We're just spontaneously breaking out into accents. Sorry you guys have to listen to that. Lots of trailers. We're going to talk again about 3 trailers that were included in the press conferences. I want to try to get some deep cuts for the next episode, maybe some trailers that you guys missed. But all of the super awesome ones, lots of game announcements that we have to get to. But we got some fresh meat to go through, so hope you guys got your sharp forks and knives. Let's dig in. Lots of blood at this year's E3, and I don't just mean of the Daniel variety. And this has so much blood, it's got blood in the title. This is something you were eagerly anticipating, Ryan. Yes. I will let you kick off the discussion.
I think this trailer is too long for what it's trying to get across. I'm going to admit it. It's like 3 minutes, and it should have been probably half the length. I still think it's cool. It's the kind of the soaky atmosphere thing. You kind of get an idea, feel like the grime and the dirt and the kind of almost the fashion. And like this architecture shot's kind of weird. It doesn't look, it looked kind of painterly in a way of the perspective.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like the skybox sort of thing. But I'm generally happy. Like I can't deny it. I think it's weird that we got the leaks and then that were gameplay and then we got a CG trailer. But then I found out, after the fact that they're showing the Bloodborne demo behind closed doors. And it's running a little crap, so they don't want to show it yet because it's not ready for prime time and people to go, oh my God, the frame rate's not perfect. I like a lot of the things that kind of hints at, but I still don't think it's tremendous.
I don't think it's tremendous either.
But I think it's decent.
Yeah. It's certainly visually evocative of just creepy, grimy stuff, like you were saying. It's dark. It is a little bit unsettling, and because of the reason why I like it, it's the mysterious elements of it are also the reason that I get kind of frustrated. I want something to grab onto. I want something to kind of indicate what's the gameplay going to be like. Why is this world so deteriorated? Just one other thing to hook me rather than just gore.
It's
blood,
selling the horror
sawing.
way more than like Demon Souls or Dark Souls, which were dark fantasy. This has a way more horror vibe, like from the way the ornate weapons to like even the weird like the weird kind of costumey stuff that's kind of like, like gothic, for like the set. It's less fantasy and more, I mean, obviously with the gun you kind of get that too, but I think it's also just selling horror. This shot at the end where he's about to take the treasure or the whatnot, the MacGuffin, and then the thing standing behind him, it's like a classic movie trailer shot, right? Where it's like, I think we're safe, and then you see the flash of something behind them or something like that, and it's effective here still, but it's also
very Dark Souls to me, going through with
the torch.
The torch,
yeah.
All those candles.
Did you play Dark Souls, Kyle?
I've not played Dark Souls, but I've observed so much of it that I can like have conversations about Dark Souls in a weird way.
Yeah, it is.
What is he reaching for? What are you reaching for,
I think
buddy?
he's reaching for the medicine. The unbeast medicine.
All that we saw in front of him was like a skull with candles coming out of it.
Now that we're looping again, I loved the cheer on the
name.
On the name. I loved the cheer on just the words From Software. That also got a cheer from the audience.
Who would have thought this like 5 years ago?
So that's a really interesting thing is actually the context of this trailer. Basically, why this trailer is
context.
A trailer that people care about is that the trailer says Project Beast exists.
Yeah.
That's really what this trailer did. And if it just premiered without that, I think the leaks helped this trailer. There's more exciting things in those leaks than happen anytime during this trailer. And yeah, it's a freaky trailer. It's evocative, but what is it?
It never punches you.
It never punches you.
Yeah. That baby carriage reminds me of that opening, near the opening of the scene of BioShock of the dead baby and you think there's a dead baby in the carriage and the splicer and stuff like that.
The one thing I love horror, and the one thing I really like in this trailer is everything is just wrong. Everything is just off a little bit. The buildings are just a little
Uncanny is the word you're looking for.
Uncanny, yeah, but
Like the X-Men.
when you see the people all walking, you're like, oh, they're villagers, but that guy's really skinny, and they all seem to be kind of, are they alive? I mean, what's happening? So
Sure.
Again, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I like the mystery, I like the questions that it raises, but at the same time, I wish there was just one extra thing. I wish he wasn't just like running up and stabbing people, but I actually got a sense of like what combat looks like. I mean, do you think it's intentionally, not misleading, but intentionally vague, just to kind of leave these questions open?
Yeah, I mean, the story aspects of the Souls games have always been like, they kind of give you like the prologue, and then from there it's kind of like trying to piece together what's going on. So I can definitely see that. And I guess you actually saw the demo?
Yeah.
They
I did
explained
see
that
the demo.
you're trying to get the medicine or the special stuff to
Yeah,
make you
yeah.
not turn into a beast.
Everyone comes to this town because this town has medicine, but it turns out, no, it doesn't.
The end.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, Mr. Stevens, what would you score this? I'm actually curious to start with you.
I mean,
Because
I've
I've had nothing but heavy guilt about all of the irrational scores I've been dishing out this week with wild abandon.
the crazy hype. I also saw this at the Sony press conference from like a weird side view, and it was kind of dark.
Oh, cool.
I'm happy that this thing exists. I'm really excited. Like I the people I've heard about all the demos. Hopefully, I'll see it tomorrow and stuff like that. And I'm really curious to see what, like, with this new hardware and stuff, what are they going to do with the multiplayer? But I think we're going to have to go like a 7.9. The CG is decent. It's got form, but barely more than that.
Yeah.
Right, to really give you anything else. It's like it's a stage, but there's no play going on. Analogies.
Those are nice analogies.
I give it a 7-8. I'm right underneath you.
All right, I'm going to be real harsh on this one. I'm pumped for the game. I'm super happy this game exists, but this is a trailer that is not a good selling point for its game that it's associated with, I think. This is a 5.
If there had been no webums, if there had been no teas, no leaks, would you care? I mean, if there had been no name that you recognized or developer that you
would.
had some street cred.
Honestly, I probably like it more because it's like the order reveal trailer last year. I'm like, ooh, mystery. I just feel like now that we actually know stuff, it's like show more. I would actually say in some ways the leaks hurt the trailer, but they didn't hurt the game's announcement. Does that make sense?
Well, at least the order had the weapons, so you were like, oh, okay, I get the time period, but that seems out of place. So, I see what they're doing. Whereas this is just, what? There's sawing stuff. Why does he drag that giant beast into the alleyway only to cut it up a little bit and then walk away? I just don't know what he's doing.
Who are these dapper gentlemen, and why are they doing such horrible things?
I need some context to my slaughter. So, wow, 5, Kyle. You're gonna stick. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sticking by it.
Okay. Fine. So here's a game that I was excited to see. A game that Ben Moore said was one of the most gorgeous games that he's seen at E3, Dragon Age Inquisition.
He was drunk.
Premiere content first on Xbox.
Yeah,
That is not part of the trailer.
You gotta subtract. You gotta subtract.
That's not part of the trailer.
Loved the previous games, definitely going to play it. Trailer starts off very subtle, so it's always kind of nice to show these amazing new environments we're seeing for the first time, and it's kind of downplaying what you're seeing. Kyle, you seem to just interested in this. You want to kick it off?
Yeah, I feel weirdly bad for Dragon Age. I don't think it's getting enough attention, and it's coming out this year. And it's like, hey, we're gonna play this game this year. Everything else is getting delayed to 2015, and this still gets ignored. And it's like, look at all the things you get to do in this game. Look at who you get to be and the places you go. I don't know. To me, this is interesting.
The Witcher is the direct competitor here. You know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not seeing it. This looks like dork. Like
Whoa,
Dork
this looks
Ci-
like Dork?
Dork City.
Okay, please continue. That's really a really interesting opinion.
I don't know. I look at the faces. I look at the weird, like, kind of vibrant color scheme that's like they're trying to do fantasy, but they're also trying to do, like, it looks a bit like Fable, like the color stuff.
Ryan, it's midnight and we're huddled in my office talking about game trailers.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure if dork is a word you can throw around.
I love dork. I think that means whale penis, but I'm a dork. You know, I like fantasy games. I like dorky stuff. I'm just saying, like, here, I'm not completely feeling it. I don't know. Like, I don't get the Ben saying this is gorgeous. I mean, obviously he saw behind closed doors on this edited thing. I don't get this is on equal footing with the Witcher. I just get a kind of like a generic waft, which is fine. I like the fantasy stuff. It's just not quite selling it to me. I don't think it's particularly awful.
So that's really funny. So to me, this trailer is kind of resting on looking good. You know what I mean? It's kind
I
of
like this one shot.
Right. It's basically built around like, look how next gen we are. It is kind of like the purpose of this trailer. And to me, it's really funny if that doesn't work, like with Ryan, if he says like, I don't like how this looks, then it has nothing.
It looks a bit like they took WoW and Kingdoms of Amalur and kind of added and divided by 2 and added some bloom.
Sure.
You know? I don't think I'm being unfair. Like, that face...
Yeah, she doesn't look that good. She kind of looks like an action
that's
figure.
That's the Maleficent character,
Yeah.
just for reference.
Yeah, these characters are a little mannequin-y.
Well, I mean, they were super manicky in prior Dragon
Yes.
Age games.
So less so.
Less mannequin-y.
There's also a lot of... this shot is neat, some dynamic combat. The trailer's also very...
Cool mouth.
There's a lot of presentation going on. There's a lot of characters just kind of standing places.
That's
And
what I
like,
mean.
look,
Yeah, it's like, look at our graphics.
I'm in this dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what are you doing there? Or maybe you can tell me a little bit more about the dungeon or set it up.
Do you think that dungeon looks interesting? It's like this flat, big, open combat zone.
That part was cool with the deer, and like you're fighting a dragon who's spewing flame at you.
Even the dragon battle kind of left me, not like sour, but like, oh, yeah, okay.
So I actually find your cynicism refreshing.
I'm not
in
being
this case.
cynical, I'm
I
just
like it.
saying.
Yeah, you are. You're saying meh. You're saying MEH. But I think it's nice to see for a trailer like this. You know.
I don't think this last line here works at all. The guy's
What is
just-
the last line?
I don't even remember exactly, but it's like, I will destroy you. And she's like, no, you won't.
You will break. I will die first.
Or
What
something. It's
happens
just-
to a toad when it's struck by
It's
lightning?
not that bad, but it's a weird line to cut away to. They actually take a little too long for the line to start too, so it kind of the trailer hangs for a bit, and you're like, oh, we're gonna get some amazing,
Yeah.
Call of Duty helicopter crash at the end of this, and it's just like a woman saying that she won't let someone attack her.
Was the
It's
EA cello trailer was also Dragon Age, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was much better.
There was like 20 Dragon Age trailers.
More of like a cello stage performance, I felt.
Electric cello?
What's Dragon Age got to do, Kyle, to get some love? What the next trailer? Okay, they gotta wipe the slate clean.
No, next
What's
one.
the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
trailer
yeah.
you can see for
Dragon
Dragon
Age
Age? More story, different, more combat, more context.
It's like what makes it different. You know, what makes this interesting. Like they tried to show Ryan their creatures and their environments, and he wasn't buying it. So it's like, hey, let's show him what makes our game good. And you don't see a ton of like game good in this. You see like a bunch of visual things, and yeah, it's so funny to me that like it doesn't work. You know, I love that. I love that about it. Like this game is trying so hard, it's doing so many amazing things, and it fails to impress Ryan. I love that about this situation right now.
Well, does it impress you?
No, but it's.
Oh.
I think I want to play it. I think I like what I see. So I guess it does.
Oh, I
impress
mean,
me.
I want to play it too, but
I think it does impress me. But I totally see what you mean. Like, it's not a focused artistic vision. It is just a bunch of like things, a bunch of very, very nice looking things.
I think it starts out really good, has a nice calm piano track, has some good voiceover, some decent somber voiceover acting from the male narrator, and voiceover can be so bad sometimes, but is gorgeous, and I think did take that's an interesting shot of this woman being chained up. I mean, there is some intrigue going on with the visuals, some abilities we see only for a brief moment. We criticize the Witcher trailer for only showing its gameplay in little brief segments, and we do get some nice big meaty chunks of gameplay here. 7.
There's not a lot of trailer here, right? We are just like looking at a lot of shots, and
they're flat. It's like a Kevin Smith movie. You know, they pull out the stuff for the Star Wars parts, but then the rest of it's like flat.
A trailer can't rest on cool. I'll give it 5.4.
A number that's never been said before. 5.7.
Nice. Why has that never been said
I don't
before?
know, I just
Oh,
feel
okay.
like
I originally didn't consider this trailer because I was like, no, it's not a trailer, it's gameplay. But it is a trailer. There is one track of music and one long shot of gameplay, and it's great. I got super excited. There's obviously the big, build-up moment when he flies off of this planet into space, into a space battle, which he follows ships from that space battle onto the surface of another planet.
which is that game you played on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
What is it?
Starfighter.
Yeah.
This is cheating. Like, this is everything. This is everything to me, this game.
So what game can you think of, other than this, where you could get away with this kind of a trailer? One shot, slowly builds up things, builds excitement, teaches you new things about the game. There's all sorts of eye candy, like there's bullets up in the corner. What are those? Can you shoot stuff, I guess? I don't know. Is that ammunition? Is that...
I don't even see them as bullets. I see
some
them
kind
as
of supplies
tags.
that he has?
Because he's
Times
actually
200? You don't think that's ammo?
Oh, sure,
And
dude.
then
maybe.
and then just that's this clip
6
right there. And
grenades.
who's
Yeah.
up with the 6s? Rizozu's the planet he's on, I'm assuming. Or Orion 5 is the planet. Rizozu's like the area.
Or the ship. I mean, it looks like it's tied to the ammo count.
And we have seen this. So we've seen this game before. We've seen environments that look like this. The game seems to have there's lots of red and orange and yellow in this game. And so visually, it was just kind of like tying all of these elements together. It was seeing like it was what we wanted from Witcher. We wanted just one long gameplay thing.
This is great because, like, with the dinosaurs and stuff, and going up to this like space convoy, it's you're not just traveling through space. I also feel like you're traveling through time, and I felt like the first trailer, the VGX trailer, also had that feeling. And there's like, people are getting sick of me saying this, but we've had 4X games for a long time that kind of do this thing, but real time matters so much. The fact that you are participating in a very real way, in a very simulation way.
They definitely
You know?
picked lots of sci-fi sounding, non-obtrusive gaming names to put for discovered by. Like, I just imagine you getting to a planet, it's like discovered by Poop Face. You're like, oh,
It's Trunks DBZ 420. Yeah. Mm.
But
Ben.
this trailer's makes me wonder, kind of a chicken and the egg thing of like, what came first, the gameplay or the music? Like, where did this music come from? Was this a composer who's going to be working on the game? Was this a track that the developers just really liked? And so, how many takes did they have to do to get this moment? Did they set up all the animals to stampede at that one moment? So he's like, oh, I gotta rush to get into my ship. Was this just a random thing that happened?
I think you're right. I think it was a bunch of takes. I think it's like a music video where you get one take. I think it's like that.
Because when you get out of the atmosphere into space, the music definitely picks up. Too good to be true, almost. There's got to be some. There's got to be some catch. There's got to be.
It's going to be.
Controls really
It's going to
poorly.
be the Rust. It's going to be the Rust DayZ catch.
Which is what?
There's going to be amazing things in between giant moments of tedium.
Okay.
But they're not going for the let's make it super hard. They're going for the why don't you jump in your spaceship and go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Yeah.
There's these Columbus eggs that let you know that you can fix things with. And they have a lot of cool hints. They showed the resources, like that rhino that they ran is kind of hidden. Lots of little things. You want to watch it again and again, just like the VGX trailer.
No titles. No, get ready for the ultimate space experience. Just
No pre-order now.
check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No pre-order now. Well, it's a press conference, so who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll release a trailer one day.
Floating around.
What would you get? What would be the pre-order bonus? A T-shirt, perhaps.
Your own planet.
Kind of mind-boggling
Get
if
that
you didn't know
anywhere.
anything about this game to see something like this and then see one guy come out and he's like, "Hey, my friends and I made this
Yeah.
at my mom's house." You're like, "Get out of here! I don't
No.
believe
After
that."
two
They
floods.
made it-
Oh
yeah,
my
you heard
gosh.
about that.
Ugh.
So yeah, just as a standalone piece of media, I felt this was a little bit too similar to the last piece of footage that we saw. Again, just lots of this game's very neon, a little too bright. I'd like to see some to switch some stuff up. I'd like to see a very dark planet. I'd like to see very black pieces of space as opposed to like lots of purples and reds and everything just very overexposed. Unless that's not to fault the game style if that's what they want to do. But if they're really to speak like infinite worlds, it's like, well, if every world I go to is purple, then it's not really infinite. So I'd like to see the palette change up a little bit. And it is just one piece of gameplay, so even if they rehearsed it really well, it is just no one edited this. They just it was like I could see the final cut sequence,
Kojima.
just one giant clip.
Got his
Yeah,
mitts
Kojima
all
would,
over this.
Kojima would be so proud.
Directed and edited by.
I give this an 8.6. I think they did a good job.
Hold on to your butts. I give this trailer a perfect score of 10 points!
Have you been watching the World Cup?
No, it hasn't started yet.
So this trailer is infallible in your opinion.
This is a perfect trailer.
I hate perfect.
It is I'm
Tens aren't perfect.
Ryan, I'm sorry.
It's just a
Ryan,
number.
you're
right.
perfect.
You're right. This is as good as a trailer could possibly be. Like this trailer is a 10 trailer.
I actually have to agree with Kyle. There's always this idea. I think the best games, almost all of the best games, are games that like invent genres or push genres into new places, and that they're very good. They're not even perfect games. It's the idea of novelty with great execution, and that's why like the first Gears of War is the cover game people remember. They don't remember Kill Switch. That's why people love Mario 64 and no one cares about the first Jak and Daxter game. And this is something new. This is a horizon. I know I had my little 4X tirade and stuff like this. This is to get you excited. It's to get your blood boiling. This is upper echelon. And it has the hints. It has the you want to rewatch it again and again. Like the first one, it's better than the first one. This is 9.5 territory because I'm on a 0.5 scale for right now, just for this 10 seconds.
So 9 or 5er? That's your
Nine or 5.
Nine or
pretty
fiver.
cool. Pretty cool. Well, I feel all sad about my 8.6. now.
Never feel sad about that. I was real rough on the other 2 trailers.
And how awesome that Destiny opens the Sony press conference, and then these guys come along and blow Destiny away. Or no, Destiny was at Sony, right? Yeah. Destiny had this huge interactive trailer of all the lights and stuff going on.
You're so right, Brandon.
And then No Man's Sky comes in, one clip. You know,
Yeah.
like if you could pick between the two, if you could play Destiny or this right now, what would you
Don't
play?
do that to me, because of course I'd play this.
So yeah,
Activision needs more advertising dollars now.
so there they were. There are 3 trailers that we watched. We will be doing one more show this week where we will talk about 3 trailers, 5 trailers, 100 trailers. I don't know. We're going to have to wrap up this E3 week somehow. Maybe we'll all pick a couple trailers to go through very quickly. But we've talked about 9 trailers so far this week. I apologize if we continue to miss those cherished pieces of media that you've enjoyed. Please let me know on Twitter, GameTrailers VO, other stuff you want to see, and of course let us know in the comments what you think about all of our ridiculous scores. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kyle. Time to go to sleep. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.